A warm welcome to everyone. So the session is related to Spring Boot with React integration. Spring Boot with React integration. So this is the workshop demo today, which I am conducting. Spring Boot interaction with React application. Okay. So I hope everyone, this particular session is a very, very important session. For everyone, it is very, very useful. Definitely today, you will get some knowledge and this session is useful for everyone. That is what my expectation. So I have taken this particular session based on the requests I got from Ashok IT participants. So based on those requests, I have taken this workshop. Always Ashok IT is in service with everyone. In future also, if you are looking for any kind of workshop titles, please let us know. We will plan those sessions. So this session is one of the discussion in the previous sessions, and we are coming here with this particular topic. Okay, right. So without wasting the time, I'll go with the agenda. So what exactly the integration I'm going to discuss here? I'm taking a use case, which is a security use case. I mean, Spring Boot and React integration. I'm taking a use case of security, which is a very, very important topic or important concept in case of interviews, in case of live implementation, in any of the case, the job seekers, as well as the people who are currently working, you want to upskill yourself on the technology point. So this webinar will useful for you. Okay. So agenda is integrating Spring Boot and ReactJS with security as a use case. And that too, security means the main word will come. The main word will come, which is a JWT. Okay. The main word will come, which is nothing but a JWT, JSON Web Token. Typically, JSON Web Token, the main JSON Web Token will come for the security. That is our use case for today. So at a high level, guys, at a high level, Spring Boot and ReactJS integration by implementing JWT security, guys. By implementing JWT security. So this is a use case I'm taking. Everyone will enjoy this particular session because the topic is very, very beautiful topic, interesting topic. Okay, right. So during the topic or during this webinar, if anyone has any questions, you can post them in the chat window. Whenever I get a time based on the things here, okay, I will answer them. I'm going to answer them. Okay. So just like, please don't think that I'm not seeing the chat window. Okay. I'm not seeing the chat window. Just like whenever during the discussion, whenever I get a time, I will look and I will answer. Before this session ends, I'll ensure that everyone's question will be answered. Okay. Right. So guys, please don't ask this PPT code and everything. It will be reached to you. Everyone, it will be reached to you. Okay. Please don't think that send me the PPT, send me the code and all those things. Avoid those questions. Will definitely our participants, Ashok IT participants, they will get this particular material. Okay. Right. Thank you guys. Thanks everyone. Now, without wasting time, just like we are going to focus here. What is the agenda here? Okay. How I'm going to spend the time today? What exactly the agenda is? So my point of view is Some participants who join this webinar may have an idea about Spring Boot, may not have an idea about Spring Boot. So that's why my intention is overview on Spring Boot. That's the first topic which I am going to focus. After that, overview on React. Okay, that's the second topic which I am going to. And overview on security. Overview on security, overview on Spring Boot, overview on React. So three different terms, guys. Spring Boot, by default Spring Boot, and React and security. Overview on Spring Boot, overview on React, overview on security. What is the overview? What is the meaning of overview? Why Spring Boot? Why React? Why security? And why JWT? Total 4 different concepts, guys. Correct, right? Spring Boot is a different terminology. React is a different terminology. Security is a different terminology under the JWT. So all brief introductions. Maybe I'll spend 15 to 20 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes on each and every topic. Okay. You will get some basic idea. Okay. On these technology terms, Spring Boot, React, security, and JWT. After that, sir, there are a lot of flavors are there in security, right? In ice creams, right? We have a lot of flavors, right? Vanilla, strawberry, chocolate, like that. In ice cream, we have a lot of flavors, right? In the security also, we have lot of flavors. So why only JWT is popular when we have lot of other security models? JWT versus other security models. That is what I'm going to focus. So with after this topic is over, everyone will get an idea on Spring Boot, on React, on security and JWT. Then someone will ask you in interview, in your project, where you implemented JWT, why you implemented JWT, why only you have taken JWT in your project, in your implementation, why only you have taken JWT. That's why I'm explaining a banking sector or a stock market, what it may be, a real use case taking care of JWT. Banking sector real use case I'm taking here for demonstrating JWT so that you will get some knowledge, right? On banking sector use case, you will get some knowledge, right? With that knowledge, you can convert into your own projects. Whatever the project you keep in your resume, you can get an idea with this concept and you can showcase the same concept in your project. Then I'll show you live demo, not only theory. Our sessions are interactive sessions with a live demo, guys. Spring Boot live demo and React live demo. I have a project on React. I will run the project. I have a project with Spring Boot. I'll run the project. I will integrate Spring Boot with React. So this is what our today's agenda for workshop. Okay. I hope everyone got good clarity. What time, at what specific time I'm taking what exactly. So this is what's overall agenda. Okay. So just let me repeat here, guys, for everyone's sake. Overview on Spring Boot, overview on React, overview on security, and overview on JWT and JWT versus other models, and demonstrating with the banking sector. Okay. And live demo I'm going to showcase. This is what first point here. Okay. Now, first point is, guys, overview on Spring Boot, guys. The first point is overview on Spring Boot. Okay. The first point I want to focus is typically overview on Spring Boot. Sir, what is Spring Boot is, if you want to develop any web application, okay, if you want to develop any web application, we can use Spring Boot, okay. But rather than any web application, also exposing our services, internally, any web application where we can sell our services to outside world. Let me give a small clarity here. If we want to develop a web application where we can sell our services to outside world, best example, now Ramzan season, okay, Pista House, Halim, right? Just to think from Pista House customer, I mean Pista House customers, that's the take. I'm okay. So the hotel Pista House, they are developing web application. They need a web application where they expose the service. What is the service? Halim, right? That's the service. And they exposes all that service to entire outside world. I can book through Swiggy. I can book through Zomato. I can book through Uber. I can book through our own Pista House app. Or I can go to Pista House shop, a hotel, dine in or take out, anything. So these are the different ways I can utilize the service. Understand, right, guys? These are the different ways I can utilize the service. So Pista House, they want to expose the Halim service to external world. So that what happens here? What is the use? Why Pista House need to spend their money on web application? That's the main point, right? Revenue. For everything, there is a revenue, right, guys? If at all, if they don't keep web application, all customers should come to hotel only, right? Just assume today, just even today, if you assume, okay, average number of day orders are almost, as per my knowledge, it's a overall Pista House, it's almost 2 crores requests per day. This is the trend I got from Twitter on Pista House. I don't know the please don't ask me, is it correct count or not? I heard somewhere else it's a 2 crore orders per day. Okay. Can they get the 2 crore orders if at all, if they don't expose their web application? They cannot get it, right, guys? So that's why IT enables, information technology enables customers to enable their services so that customer can utilize them efficiently, effectively, quickly, which adds the revenue to the customers. I mean, which adds the revenue to the companies. So that is the way we'll use Spring Boot. Understand, guys, everyone? Sir, Spring Boot is a framework where we want to develop any web application where we'll sell our services to outside world. That is where we can use Spring Boot. Understand? Sir, only Spring Boots are there, sir. Or any other frameworks is also there, sir? Lot of frameworks are there, sir. Right, sir? The lot of frameworks are there. If you take in Java world, EJB, Struts, Spring Boot, JAX, WS, JAX, RS, MVC, These are the Java world frameworks to develop web application. In .NET, right? MVC UI, MVC.NET or UI MVC.NET. Okay. Web API, right? Logical app or functional apps. So these are some .NET frameworks within .NET. If you take PHP, okay, Django, sorry, it's a Python. I'm sorry, Python and PHP, like lot of frameworks, same uses. All these are mainly useful for developing web application where we can sell our services to outside world. In that, out of these many tools, why only Spring Boot? Out of these tools, why only Spring Boot? That is the main point here. Whenever you go for interview or whenever you discuss on a brainstorming on a technical point of view, I am proposing Spring Boot as a framework to develop web application. Whenever you say that word, everyone will ask you, hey, why Spring Boot, man? Why not others? Correct, right? That's the first point everyone will get into their mind, right? So I want to give a good overview, an important point on Spring Boot. Why Spring Boot? That's the important point I want to give. Understand, right, guys? Everyone? So by default, if you want to develop a web application where we will sell our services to outside world, there are a lot of frameworks are available, but out of which I can take Spring Boot as a best option, viable option, is a beautiful option. I can say that. Why? Why means what? What are the main points we'll look, sir? What is the main point? Any web application main point is, okay, easy to develop. Correct? Sir, I need a framework, sir. It should be very easy to develop. Right? Less time. Time should be very less. Correct, right? Approach or production ready code. Production ready environment. I'll explain this. Easy to develop, less time, production ready environment, single, avoid single point of failure. These are the criteria for a best web application. For a best web application, these are the criteria, right? Whenever you go for chicken biryani or mutton biryani, what are your criteria? Which hotel, which biryani? Criteria will be there, right? It should be delicious. It should be worth it. The price should be whatever you are paying, that should worth it. And you don't have any side effects, no masala or something like that, easy to digest. Environment is good. So there are some criteria will be there, right? Where we'll choose a restaurant or we'll take a restaurant in choosing chicken biryani or mutton biryani, right? So in a similar way, for a web application also, there are certain criteria are available. Easy to develop, less time. Now, easy to develop means it's everyone is correct. Okay. Less time, guys. What do you mean by less time? Okay. So by default, sir, in Spring Boot, I can develop a web application less than 10 to 15 minutes, guys. Okay. We can develop a web application easily within 10 to 15 minutes. And we can achieve only with Spring Boot, not with other. Understand, guys? Sir, we can develop a Spring Boot application or we can develop a web application using Spring Boot easily within 10 to 15 minutes. Okay? And we can achieve only with Spring Boot. Sir, is the time is that much constraint, sir, nowadays? Sir, if I take 1 hour, is there any problem? Why I need to develop in 10 to 15 minutes only? Because we are working in which model, guys? Right now, everyone we are working in Agile, Scrum, right? Incremental development. The more progress you show towards the customer, if customer is asking some requirements, if you are giving incremental development, incremental means what? Let's say customer is asking 10 features. I will give in first feature after 1 hour itself. You asked me something, okay? You asked me a banking application, okay? Within 1 hour, I'll give you savings account. Within 1 week, I'll give you complete accounts. Within 3 weeks, I'll give complete loans. So I can give a incremental development to the customer. Then only my salary will be credited because my company will get money from the customer. Then only my salary will be credited. This is the real fact, guys. Time is very, very important, guys, here. Okay? So my point here, guys, we can develop a web application easily within 10 to 15 minutes, and we can only achieve this with respect to Spring Boot. Okay? Sir, why not others? Why only Spring Boot? Only theory is not sufficient, right, guys? Some technical details also we need, right? If someone asks you, okay, Mr. Vijay, I agree. You're telling that to develop a web application, you require 10 to 15 minutes. That's fine. Why? What Spring Boot is having that capability? Why not others? That is a point here where I want to focus here. Sir, I've given a small snippet. Okay? Assuming that customer new environment, sir. I am setting a new environment for my customer. I told, right? A customer came to me, develop a banking application. Within 1 hour, I can give savings account. Just now I told, right, guys? Within 1 hour, I can give savings account. So that means that 1 hour is not only developing, sir. That 1 hour is not only for developing. We need to develop and we need to deploy on customer environment, and we can showcase to customer. Understand, right, guys? So customer computer empty. Okay, my developer is Java and Spring Boot. Let me install Spring Boot framework. Let me install React framework. Let me install. Customer don't know. He will give a fresh computer to me. Customer is going to give a fresh computer to me. Okay? Where? What exactly I'm looking here, guys? I need to set up installation first. So that is the installation point of view, guys. Okay? On an installation point of view, definitely we require a database, right, guys? In a customer, we need a database, right? We need to install database. We need to install application server. We need to install jars and JDBC jar or Ant or Maven. All these are required to start development. To start my development, okay? To start my development, where I require all these things, right, guys? You understand? So by default, it is going to, we need to install all these things, right, guys? That's the first point. 20 minutes is only for installing the minimum dependencies for a customer. We need a minimum dependencies to install web application. 24 minutes is a minimum time. After that, on development side, if I take Spring as a framework, I need to write dispatcher servlet, guys. Understand, right? I need to write dispatcher servlet, database configuration, Spring configuration, IOC configuration. So those who are Java guys, they will understand, guys. If you are, if you are not having an idea, ignore it, guys. You don't need to worry and you need to know everything. So we need to write lot of configuration. It will take minimum 20 minutes. 20 minutes for installation, 20 minutes for configuration. Okay. After that development, okay, we need to create tables, we need to create JSPs, we need to create a controller, service, DAO, all those things, right, guys? It hardly takes 10 minutes, assuming that. Finally, we need to create a var file and we need to deploy on Tomcat. We need to create a var file and deploy on Tomcat, and the class path problem should not come here. Okay. So these are the extra things which we require to develop a web application. These are the extra things which require to develop a web application. Just a small example, sir. Okay. Today is Sunday. Afternoon lunch, 95 to 100%. I'm sorry, I'm talking about 95 only now, not 100. Non-vegetarian is a preferred. And that too, some biryanis. What are the options, sir? We need to get ingredients, right? Rice, masala preparation, and YouTube. All these things we require, right, guys? And we'll follow the same steps. First, we'll prepare masala. Then, as per YouTube, we'll prepare the dishes and we'll prepare biryani. We need to spend almost 1 hour to 2 hours. Correct, right? To prepare a biryani, we need to get 2 hours, 1 hour to 2 hours biryani, right? No. The other option is what? Open Swiggy or Zomato. Calculation also. Even you get a ingredients, you need to spend all those things, right, guys? If you want to spend all those things, the same money, if you get it, the same money you are going to get it on the same. I can go to Paradise or Shag House, I'll order it. 20 minutes I can get biryani. Am I right? 20 minutes I'm going to get a biryani. Is it correct, right, guys? So this is what, where I can showcase just like, so rather than developing the application by installing, configuration, development, deployment, instead of all these things, guys. Okay. So what is my point here? I can create a web application. Okay, sir. Okay. We can develop web application without any major installation, no configuration, less development time, no configuration, no deployment. We can develop web application without any major installation, no configuration, no deployment, and less development time, without any boilerplate code. Without any boilerplate code here. Okay. We can develop a web application without any major installation, no configuration, no deployment, and less development without any, I mean, even the code also, guys, even in the code also, boilerplate code is not required. Boilerplate code means common data, I mean, common code. We don't require. Just we will focus on my business logic only. This is what I can achieve in Spring Boot. Understand, guys? I gave a clear overview. So, what is a Spring Boot, guys? If you want to develop a web application where we can sell our services to external world, outside world, that is what a Spring Boot, where I can choose a Spring Boot where I can develop within 15 minutes, and I can only achieve with Spring Boot, not with any other. Understand, right? Not with any other. Because Spring Boot doesn't require any major installation, any major configuration, and no deployment, and less development without any boilerplate code. Okay. So if you want to see in practical, so my session, I mean, from Tuesday onwards, my demos are going on Spring Boot. Okay. My demos will start on Spring Boot. You can see in practical, guys. In this workshop, I gave you at a high level, but if you want to see in detail, is it possible? I can showcase. I'll create application within 50 minutes. I can showcase, and you can get a real picture. This is what a Spring Boot, a high level picture I gave you on a Spring Boot. Okay, guys, everyone is clear? I gave a high level clarity on Spring Boots. Okay. So structs, EJB, and all those are other flavors in Java. Spring Boot like a flavor and other flavors in Java. Okay. But I can take Spring Boot, as this is the reason I can take Spring Boot. Today, 90% of the people use a Spring Boot, guys. This is the Gartner survey. As part of Gartner survey, 90% of the people using Spring Boot. Okay. So this is the latest trend where we can think of a Spring Boot as a major framework. Okay, guys, everyone is clear, guys? So this is what my first agenda is over, guys. Why Spring Boot? So you got some idea, guys. It's not complete in and out. You will get an overview, sir. Okay. So next we'll come back to overview on React. The next topic which I'm going to focus is on overview on React, guys. Overview on React. Okay. So that is next point is where I go to overview on React. So one by one I'll go, guys. Okay. So you should get some basic understanding on this. Next point is what? Overview on React. Okay. So React is also a single page application, to develop web application, as a front end, to develop front end web application where we can consume business services. A single page application to develop front end web application where we can consume our business services. A simple point here, guys. Okay. Spring Boot is exposing, React is consuming. Understand, guys? Spring Boot is exposing and React is consuming a single page application to develop a front-end web application where we can consume business services. Okay. So first of all, complex things, right, guys? Here, little bit complex, right? Okay. Why React? Why React? First of all, why React? What are the other options? What are the other options? Okay. Other frameworks. What are the other frameworks, guys? To create a web application, what are the other frameworks? HTML, JavaScript, jQuery, AngularJS, Ajax, Marionette, Backbone, EXJS, GWT, Angular, and React. So these are the other frameworks, guys. HTML, we can develop a web application. JavaScript, we can develop a web application. jQuery, AngularJS, Ajax, Marionette, Backbone, EXJS, GWT, Angular, and React. Okay. Out of which, why need to take, why only React? In all those things, why should I take only React? Understand, guys? Just like I told about Spring Boot, now I am focusing on React, guys. So what is the React means? A single page application where we can develop our front end, guys, front end user interface. Okay. Where we can consume our business services. Okay. Where we can consume our business services. And other frameworks are, all these are same, but out of which, why only React? Okay, guys, why only React? I will explain theoretically for 5 to 10 minutes, guys. And in practical, you can see in my demos. Again, Tuesday, my demos will start on React also. Okay. So maybe we'll focus here. Okay. So first of all, what I want to showcase is, assuming that I developed an Amazon application, guys. Assuming that I developed an Amazon application. Okay. I developed an Amazon application without Angular, without React architecture. This architecture is whatever you have in HTML, JavaScript, jQuery, Marionette, Backbone, GWT, all those things, apart from Angular and apart from React, okay, I am taking this particular architecture. Okay. So what exactly this architecture, guys? Whenever you click on any option in Amazon, www.amazon.com/order, www.amazon.com/products, www.amazon.com/payments, www.amazon.com/shipment. Any of the link in Amazon. Okay. Understand, right, guys? Assuming that I developed a Amazon application. Okay. And if I go to in Amazon app, if you click on product page, cart page, payment page, shipment page, discount page, any click, any link, any click on the front end, on the front end will reach to Amazon server. Any click you make on Amazon web application or Amazon app also. Okay, any click you do on Amazon app also or Amazon web application also, any click, every request will reach to server. Amazon server will process the request. So if you are looking for product page will be given. If you are looking for payment page will be given. If you are looking for shipment page will be given. If you are giving for discount page will be given here. Okay, so in Amazon app, if click on any of the link, every request will reach to Amazon server, and Amazon server will give the process the request here, guys. Amazon server will process the request. It returns DOM object, or we call that as a HTML tree. Amazon server will give DOM tree or a HTML tree. Understand, guys? Here, Amazon server is going to give a DOM object or a HTML tree. Okay, and our browser, our mobile app, our browser will parse the DOM tree and display a DOM tree, and output will be displayed. So this is the scenario, guys. If we click on any page, product page, cart page, payment page, shipment page, discount page, any of the things, guys, here, it should reach to Amazon server, and Amazon server should process our request, guys. Amazon server will give you a DOM tree or HTML tree, and our browser, mobile browser or Chrome browser, whatever it may be, the client side, it will parse the DOM tree and output will be displayed here. So what is the point here? Sir, every click, every request should reach to Amazon server, sir. Every request should reach to Amazon server. Okay? If you click on anything, entire Amazon server is going to process it, and it will give a DOM tree, and browser will parse the DOM tree, and it displays the results here. Now within Amazon server, what are the architecture, guys? We have a web server or app server. If you take .NET IIS, if you take Java, Tomcat, WebLogic, WebSphere, JBoss, Wildfly, Glassfish. And if you take PHP, Apache, Node.js, either main stack or mean stack. Okay, so these are the flavors. Depends on your programming language you have choose, and inside that, front end layer, business layer, and database layer. Front end will be HTML, JavaScript, JSP, and all those things. Okay, so with the help of web server and app server and code layer or a core layer, with these two will process it, and it will give a DOM tree. Okay, so let me give you again. So when I click on www.amazon.com/products, the request will go to web server. Web server will talk to core layer, which is HTML, controller, service, DAO, database. All will be involved, all will call, and finally web server will give a DOM tree, and browser will parse the DOM tree. Okay, so this is the classical style of a web application. This is the classical style of a web application. Okay, guys, everyone clear, right? What are the problems here? Why we need to go to React or Angular? What exactly the problem here on this architecture? This is a superb architecture. Last 5 years back, this is a super architecture. Today is also superb architecture. But the pain points are, okay? Pain point is, assume that if 1 lakh people is the, or I mean, I created a web application like YouTube, Amazon Prime, Amazon, Swiggy, etc. Average, especially these two guys, Amazon Prime and YouTube, especially these are. Can you imagine how many people at any point of time have a concurrent request? YouTube server, Amazon server, active customers per second. In every second, how many people will access YouTube? Any rough idea, guys? 10 million people. I'm sorry. 10 million people, guys. Across the globe, not only India, across the globe. It may be browser, it may be phone, it may be any of the model, it may be on the TV, anywhere. 10 million people at any point of time, they can access YouTube application. Okay. Now, if 10 million people are asking, and every request, 10 million requests should go to Amazon server. Amazon server should give 10 million DOM trees. For example, I am looking for IPL match. Someone is looking for devotional song. Someone is looking for political news. Someone is looking for some other things. 10 million people, 10 million different requests. 10 million should be processed by Amazon server. Amazon server should give the response to all the requests. Right here. So when we hit 10 million people, 10 million people should be served. I mean, Amazon server should process all 10 million people requests, and Amazon server should give 10 million DOM trees. But in legacy architecture, server is not able to take that much load here. If 10 million are there, only 9 million people only can get a page. Remaining 1 million people, they may not get a page. They will get a spinning icon. A web page will be spinning, spinning, spinning will be there, right, guys? Best example is IRCTC website, Tatkal. Everyone knows, right, guys? IRCTC website, Tatkal ticket time booking. A huge load on IRCTC website. Some people get a page, some people may not get a page. You understood my point here? So, where I want to showcase, if there are large number of people accessing our application, large number of people accessing our application, every request should reach to server. Every response should be originated from server. Every request should reach to server. Every response should be originated from the server. Okay. Every request should reach to the server, and every response should be originated. Every response should be originated here. Okay. So by default, every request as well as every response, that should be typically originated here. So by default, server cannot take that much load. Every server will have some limitations, guys. For example, every person will have some limitations, right, guys? Every person will have some limitations, right? Okay. What is the limitation here? For example, I am going to hotel. I can take only 200 grams of rice. Not more than 200 grams of rice I cannot take here. Correct, right? I can take only 200 grams of rice, not more than that, right, guys? If they give me 500 grams of rice, can I take it? Same here. The legacy application architecture also same. My server can take only 9 million requests only, but 10 million people are coming, where my legacy applications are not solving the problem. Okay, that is where our single page application comes into picture. Okay, to solve this particular purpose, guys. Okay, a single page application is created to solve the problem of high availability, or else to solve the problem of handling concurrent requests. Okay, how they solved? A simple alternate I'll tell, sir. How they solved is, okay, every request will not reach to server, guys. Request preparation. Every request will be handled at client side, and only reaches to server, and it only reaches to server on demand, guys. It will only reaches to server on demand. Okay, by default single page application is created. How it is solving the problem, sir? The main difference is every request will not go to server at all. Every request will not go to server at all. Maximum request will be handled at client side, and it only reaches to server on demand, guys. This also you can see in practical, where Tuesday my demos will start. On React also, guys. SpringBoot I have demos, React also on demos, where you are going to see in live practically in the demo sessions. But how it is solving? What is the logic here? You may confuse, right? What is the logic here? How a request will be processed without server interaction. There's a point, right, guys? Without server interaction, how the request will be processed. When I click on payment page, when I click on product page, all those things, right? How it is solved without involving server. I will give a small example, guys, here. I'm going to give a small example just to understand this. Because whenever I explain anything, right, I will explain with example. Then you will get some idea. Then you can go into code wise to understand better clarity here. Okay? How this is solved? I'll take a small example, guys. What is a small example I can take is, okay, sir, cash withdraw from bank account. This is a scenario, guys. Okay, this is a scenario. Sir, I have a bank account. I want to withdraw money from the bank account. This is a scenario. Understand, guys? Everyone clear? So what I'm going to explain you, why single page architecture helping, how a request will be prepared at a client side and it only reaches to server on demand. This I want to explain in a better way. That's why I'm taking a small example. The scenario is we need to withdraw the money from the bank account. That's the scenario. Okay. So 10 years back, exactly 10 years back, if you want to withdraw money, we need to go to bank, right guys? Where banking software is available. Yes or no guys? We need to go to bank where banking software is available. Okay. So banking employee will process my request. I'll go to banking employee. I will give a checkbook or a check and they will process, and cashier will give cash. So I need to go to bank, then only I can get a money. Right? Same way, Amazon, I'm clicking on product. It should go to Amazon server and Amazon server is giving a response. Just correlate, right guys? I need money. I need to go bank. Then I'll get money. Correct, right? I'm clicking on products. I need to go to Amazon server. Amazon server is giving products. Same scenario, guys. Just like you can think of. Okay? Understand it, guys? Just like same scenario you can think of, right? Okay? Now, today, I mean, in the 10 years back, how many people are withdrawing money? How many people withdraw money per day? Now I'm talking about today's scenario. In one day, how many people withdraw money, guys? At least 1 crore people across the globe. Across the globe. Can they withdraw money? Possible, right? Minimum count. Or else 10 lakhs. Minimum count is 10 lakhs. I'm talking only Hyderabad city. Within Hyderabad, 10 lakhs people, can they withdraw the money or not? Yes. If I go to bank, can bank will give me 10 lakh withdrawals? Can bank support, bank employees will support me? With the availability of 5 to 10 people, can they serve for 10 lakh people? No, right? Assuming, right? Same scenario, right, sir? If 10 million people are accessing a page, Amazon server cannot give 10 million people. If 10 lakh people are going to bank, maybe I can give for 1,000 people. I cannot give for 10 lakh people. You understood this correlation, guys? Everyone clear on correlation, guys? Yes or no, guys? So, what is my proposal here, guys? Where banks came with ATMs, right? They created a client-side software, ATM mission. Something like client-side software, guys. ATM mission is a client-side software. Okay? Now, they will give ATM card. So now, we'll see where bank server is involved here. I'll go to my ATM. Means bank is they put an investment on ATM missions, client side software, that is. I'll go to ATM. I will keep my card. Okay. Who will scan the card? ATM only scan my card. Is it a valid card, invalid card? Bank will never reach. Validation of ATM card, only ATM does. Correct, right? After that, it will ask me what features you want to use. You want to deposit money? You want to withdraw money? You want to do a pin change? You want to do a statement? It will ask me some menu. What do you want to do? That menu also created at client side. It will not go to server. Correct, right, guys? The menu preparation is also at client side only. It will not go to server. Yes or no, guys? Now I clicked on withdraw. How much money you want? For example, I asked 5,623 rupees. I gave a number 5623. Now, is it a valid denomination? Is it a valid denomination? No. Who will validate? ATM only will validate. 5,623 is not a valid. Please give in terms of a valid number. ATM code only will validate it. I gave 5,000 rupees. Okay, sir? Then one bank call will happen. This card, this PIN number, he want to withdraw 5,000. I'll talk to bank server. One call only I'll make. Can I give 5,000 to him? ATM will ask a permission. Can I give 5,000 rupees to him? Right? If bank says yes, this guy has the money, you can give. Only one bank call will be made after getting confirmation from bank, right? Now ATM only will count the money. ATM only will count the money and it will give the money. Then it updates the bank. There's 5,000 rupees I have given to him. There are only two calls happen to bank server. One is just like verification call, and if verification is completed, updating the real inventory, updating the call, and remaining everything, credit card or debit card validation, menu validations, and business processing, everything is done on a client side. The request will go to only server on demand. Just like I want to give you a use case scenario, guys. Just I want to highlight that. Okay. I hope everyone is clear, right, guys? So this is where React comes into picture. So I have a given good clarity, guys. What is Spring Boot? Overview on Spring Boot. Overview on React. Understand, guys? Overview on Spring Boot. Overview on React here. Yeah. Right. Now, the next point is overview on security. That's the next point I want to focus here. Okay. Overview on security. So what is the security, guys? The next point is what is the security here? What is the security? Is I'll go to the security means right here. Security. Okay. Authentication plus authorization. That means protecting our web application. Protecting our web application. Protecting our web application. Protecting our web application by ensuring only valid people can access my web page. Only valid people can access my web page. Not everyone can access my web page. By implementing authentication and authorization. This is called as a security, guys. Security means what? Authentication plus authorization, protecting our web application by ensuring only valid people can access my web page. Not everyone can access my web page. That is by implementing authentication as well as implementing authorization. For example, I'll keep my security guard to my home or my office. I'll keep a security guard, right? What the functionality? He will protect our house or our office. Only valid people only can enter into my office or my home. Not everyone can access. How it will do that actually? Authentication as well as authorization. What is authentication? What is the meaning of authentication, guys, here? Okay. Authentication means what? Verifying the user ID and password. Okay. Typically verifying the user ID as well as password. Okay. Verifying the user ID as well as password and access levels, or verifying the user ID and password, that is authentication. Authorization is verifying access levels. This is called as authentication. Authentication means what? Verifying the user ID and verifying the password. Authorization means what? Verifying the access levels. I mean, for example, a best example I can take here. Okay. A best example I can take over here. Gmail. Gmail is the best example I can take over here. Okay. Gmail is the best example I can take over here. So what Gmail does is actually, for example, I want to see my emails. Vijay emails I want to see. Can you people see my emails? No, right? Can you people see my emails? No. For example, my friend Ganesh is there. Okay. He is opening gmail.com. Right? First is it will ask for authentication, guys. It's going to ask authentication. Now he'll enter Ganesh and Ganesh. He gave that username and password. It's correct. First one is verifying the application with user ID and password. That's the first step. After that, if user ID password is correct, Gmail will load only Ganesh emails, not Vijay emails. If Vijay is logging, Vijay emails. If Ganesh is logging, Ganesh emails. So that is called as authentication as well as authorization. Okay. So understand, right? Security means what? Protecting our web application by ensuring only valid people can access my application by implementing authentication as well as authorization. Authentication means verifying the user ID and verifying the password. Authorization is verifying the access levels. Okay, guys, I'll get some water, guys. Give me 2 minutes, guys. Please don't mind. I'll get some water. 2 minutes, guys. In the meanwhile, you can post your questions, anything here. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, guys. I'm back now. Yeah. So what exactly a security means? Authentication plus authorization. That's the meaning of security, guys, here. So verifying the user ID and verifying the password is authentication, and verifying the access levels is called as a authorization. Okay. So that is the meaning of a security. So by default, sir, in Spring Boot, okay, by default in Spring Boot, guys, it is giving a security framework, guys. In Spring Boot, it is giving a security framework. It will take care of complete authentication and complete authorization on its own. Developer no need to write any boilerplate code, guys. Maximum stuff it is taking care of authentication as well as authorization. Maximum stuff it will take care, guys. Both authentication and authorization completely it will take care. Okay. So if you see the diagram, when user want to access home page, just like Gmail, mail.google.com, I typed what is the security framework is going to take care. It will check is that user is authenticated. If not authenticated, it will come to login page. If its user is not authenticated, it come to login page. In login page, if enter user ID and password, and it will verify is that user ID, is that password is correct or not. After it verifies, okay, after it is going to verify, it is going to cross check the database credentials. If it is correct and user can access the page, then he'll go to home page. Okay. Otherwise, he cannot go to the home page. This is a security framework advantage in Spring Boot. Maximum authentication and maximum authorization completely taken care by the Spring Boot security. Developer no need to write any boilerplate code here. Developer no need to write any typical boilerplate code in achieving the security by authentication or authorization. That's a typical meaning here on the, okay, right here. 1 second. So that is the meaning of a security. So here, what exactly security means, we saw that. Now we'll see about what is JWT, guys, within the say security. So JWT authentication. JWT authentication, guys. JWT stands for JSON Web Token. JSON Web Token. So JSON Web Token also same, sir. Authentication plus authorization, sir. JSON Web Token also same. Authentication plus authorization. It does not have any special differences here. JSON Web Token means JWT authentication means JSON Web Token means authentication plus authorization. Nothing extra. Okay. But what exactly JWT is it mainly useful. We can use this JWT mainly useful in case of we want to encrypt user ID and password. We want to encrypt the user ID and password with separate algorithm, with strong algorithms. With the strong algorithms. So JWT mainly useful if you want to encrypt the username and password with some strong algorithms. We can use JWT. But what is algorithm? What is the strong and all those things I'm going to discuss now. Okay. So as of now, what I covered, sir, Yes, what is the Spring Boot? What is the React? What is the security? All those things you got it. At a high level, JWT, you can got it. Okay. Now, I want to explain a real-time scenario, guys. In which scenario you can use JWT, guys. So, banking sector real-time scenario, guys. I'm going to showcase banking sector real-time scenario for JWT. So banking sector real-time scenario for JWT, which I want to take here. Okay. So in banking, lot of scenarios are there, right, guys? I want to take a fund transfer scenario. In banking. Fund transfer scenario in banking. In banking sector, I'm taking real-time use case for JWT. Fund transfer scenario in banking. This is my scenario. What is a fund transfer, guys? If customer want to transfer money from one account to another account using NEFT, RTGS, IMPS, etc. These are the different terms here. NEFT, RTGS, IMPS. If customer want to transfer the money from one account to other account, okay, so where they can use NEFT, RTGS, as well as IMPS. This is the cases they will use. Okay. Now, sir, I'm assuming that we are the developers. Okay. We are the developers for HDFC Bank. I'm developing for HDFC Bank and implementing fund transfer. Implementing fund transfer scenario. Okay. Right. Now, what is our scenario is, guys? Please listen carefully, guys. It's not easy to understand, guys. It's very complex. There are 4 customers in HDFC Bank. Okay. There are how many customers, sir? HDFC customers. So by default, HDFC customers. Assuming that there are 4 people are here. Assuming that 4 people, Mr. Vijay, his account number is account number 101. Transfer funds to Sandhya. Account number is SB account. SB 101. Okay. So this is the first scenario. Mr. Vijay, who is having account number 101 with HDFC Bank, he want to transfer the money to Sandhya and the account number is SB101. Next. Another customer, Satya, his account number is 102. He want to transfer money to Sindhu. Her account number is something like that. Axis Bank, AX101. Okay. One more customer, Naresh. His account number is 103. Okay. And you want to transfer the funds to Geeta. Account number. You want to transfer the money to ICICI 101. Next. The last customer. Ganesh. His account number is 104. He want to transfer to Aravind, whose account number is, he want to transfer. Aravind is having Andhra Bank, ANDB 101. So this is the case, guys. Understand, guys? There are 4 persons in HDFC customers. Okay, all 4 persons. Vijay, Satya, Naresh, Ganesh. These are the 4 HDFC bank customers. They want to transfer the money to SBI, ICICI Bank, Andhra Access Bank, and ANDB Bank. Maybe I'll take here. One bank. One second. I want to take this, guys. So 4 banks, right, sir? Right, different banks, right, guys? Four banks, 4 different banks, guys. Yes or no, guys? Right. The first request is Sandhya, SBI. Next, Sindhu, Access. Sir, there is a reason to draw this diagram, guys. Please understand, there is a reason to draw these diagrams. Geeta, ICICI. Okay. Andhra Bank. He is Ganesh. So 4 HDFC customers want to transfer the money to SBI, Access, ICICI, HD, Andhra Bank. Right? This is our scenario, guys. Everyone is clear? Now, security, we will use security in this scenario, guys. We need to use security, right, guys? Vijay want to transfer means we need to know Vijay user ID password. Satya want to transfer, we need to know Satya user ID and password. Naresh want to transfer, we need Naresh user ID and password. And Ganesh want to transfer that Ganesh. Okay. So all these customers, guys, will first log into HDFC, right, guys? All customer first log into HDFC. Vijay will log into Vijay on HDFC. Satya log into his own HDFC. Naresh will log into his own HDFC account. Ganesh will log into his own HDFC. They will log into HDFC account. Now, can HDFC directly contacts to SBI? Can HDFC directly contacts to Access? Can HDFC directly talks to ICICI? Can HDFC directly talks to Andhra Bank? No, right? If there are 1,000 banks in the world, 1,000 connections it may not have, right? Guys, 1,000 bank direct connections it may not have. Understand, right? So, between bank to bank, understand, guys? Everyone is clear? Between bank to bank, other banks. This is called as other banks. HDFC customers, other banks, right? In between, we have RBI. In between, we have, sir? We have a Reserve Bank of India, RBI, which is a main bank. Main bank. What exactly is going to happen, guys? HDFC will talk to RBI. Maybe I can take here. And RBI will talk to SBI. Vijay transaction will be submitted to RBI. Okay. So maybe what I can say here, let me remove this here. I'll keep here. Okay. Right. Now here, Vijay transaction will be submitted to RBI. And RBI will talk to SBI. How this communication is going to happen? B2B. This communication is called as what? B2B, business to business. You understood, guys? This scenario is called as B2B. Business to business. Which business to which business, guys? HDFC to RBI. Business to business. Okay. What they will do, sir, here? HDFC will get a user ID and password from RBI. HDFC will subscribe to RBI. All banks will subscribe to RBI. And they will get a user ID and password. So, what HDFC making a request, guys, here? HDFC making a request. Okay, JSON request. User ID is HDFC1, HDFC1 or HDFC by HDFC. Account number, source account number, source account number 101, destination account number, SB 101, IFSC code SBIN 111, something like that. So they will prepare a JSON request. Okay, guys, they are going to prepare a JSON request here. They are going to prepare a JSON request here. I hope maybe I'll increase a little bit size. Okay. For first customer, they will prepare this request. Okay. For the first customer, they are going to prepare this request. Like that, all other customers, guys. Next customer. Source account number 102. Okay. One more request, guys. 102. and destination AX101, IFSC code AXIN something, one more JSON request. And one more JSON request. 103 ICICI 103 ICICI 111. This is one more request, guys. Right, sir? Understand, right, sir? Where one more with the same request, guys. User ID, HDFC, and blah, 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 blah. Other 4 requests. Okay. Now the second case is they will get here and that will go to this. And the other request is this will come here. This will go here. Other request is this will come here. This will go here. So this is wow. What happens here? HDFC will talk to RBI and RBI will talk to respective banks here, which is going to process. This is the implementation from banking point of view. Now, what you observed in this scenario? Sir, there is a common username, HDFC, right, sir? There is a common username in all the cases, right, guys? All HDFC customers, you saw common username, common password, right? Yes, sir, guys. For example, per day, 1 lakh HDFC customers want to transfer. 1 lakh calls will be made to RBI. Correct, right? 1 lakh people want to do a fund transfer. 1 lakh people want to do a fund transfer. 1 lakh request will go to RBI. Right? In the same way, if 10,000 banks or 1,000 banks, there are 1,000 banks are in India, right? 1,000 banks, each and every one bank will do a 10 lakh fund transfer. 1,000 into 10 lakh, 10 millions. RBI will get 10 millions of requests. Okay? A huge volume. Understand, right? Here in this case, 10 lakhs HDFC customer. Like 1,000 banks, each and every bank 10 lakh requests. 10 lakhs into 1,000, almost 10 millions. RBI should scale or RBI should take care of 10 million requests. Okay? And each request should be authenticated. Each request should be authorized, right, sir? Every request should be authenticated. Every request should be authorized. Yes or no, guys? Every request should be authenticated as well as every request should be authorized. So if every request RBI is authenticating and authorizing, I saw that every bank has a unique user ID and password, right, sir? I have a unique user ID and password, right? So in these 4 cases, do I need to validate for every request? If I validate for first request, HDFC is the right user ID, HDFC is the right password. And for remaining 99,999, I don't need to validate. Out of 10 lakhs, 9,99,999 requests. I don't need to validate, right? Really? Yes or no, guys, here? So, what is the point here is to improve the performance on the RBI point of view. I don't want to validate each and every user ID. A common user ID password, I don't want to validate for every fund transfer. For every fund transfer, we don't want to validate the user ID and password every time. Okay. We don't want to validate the user ID and password for every time. First HDFC request, for example, in the first HDFC request, Vijay request, what happens here? RBI will validate is HDFC and HDFC right user and password. Then it will issue a token. It is going to issue a token here, guys. Okay. It is going to issue a token to HDFC. It is going to issue a token. It is going to issue a token. Assuming that the token is, assuming, sir, first request, token is ABC, some random. This is a token. Okay. They issue a token. The token is HDFC user ID password. The token is this. And what RBI is telling is, don't give username and password for every request. On other requests, you don't give me user and password here. You don't give me. Don't give me user and password. Give me only token. In place of user ID and password, only give me a token here. Only give me token. For all further fund transfer, don't give me user and password. Only give me token. So that the next request will not authenticate. User and password verification is not going to happen. Because first time only it authenticated and it generated token. And on further requests, for example, 10 lakhs requests are there for today. 1 lakh requests are there. Now, why big number? 1 lakh HDFC fund transfers are there. First request I validated. Remaining 99,099 requests, I send only a token. And RBI just checks, is this token is correct or wrong? Correct. Then no authentication, no authorization, no security. Just comparing the token itself is a security. Just comparing the token itself is a security. Right? For example, sir, I'm going to bank. I gave my checkbook. Okay? And they will verify the check. And they gave me some token, right, guys? After 10 minutes, they will call me 10 minutes or 30 minutes or 40 minutes. And whoever has a token, they can take the money, right? They will only see the token, not everything. Just like I'm telling, okay? So this is the typical case of JWT. Okay? So JWT means what? Authentication and authorization will be performed only once and issue a token, and client should send the token in place of user ID and password, so that server will not validate authentication and authorization, or server will not validate security. Server will validate the security, will perform security only once, and all subsequent requests will go to without security. All subsequent requests will go to without security. So what does the JWT means, guys? What exactly is JWT here? Okay. Typically JWT means here, the concept of JWT is, okay, client will give user ID and password in first request. Server will authenticate and authorize by performing security checks. If security check is success, then it will issue a random token. It will issue a random token. After that, client should stake this token and use this token for all next calls, for all subsequent API calls. Server will only validate the token or will only compare the token and skips security as it already did in first request. And server will compare only token and bypass instead of security and bypass security, which will, this will improve performance of the application. This will improve the performance of the application, guys. So this is the high level introduction of JWT. Okay. Somehow I was not able to complete the complete agenda, guys. Here I only compared the first 4 points here, guys. Overview on SpringBoot, overview on React, overview on security. Why JWT? These are the 4 topics are only, I mean, banking sector I covered here, but I need to cover JWT with other security models. Why only I need to take JWT and live demos, which I will conduct in the next workshop, guys. In the upcoming next week, I'll conduct the same workshop. I'll introduce that. Okay. Right. So I will take up the question, guys, here. Srinivas is asking, can we integrate Spring Boot with Sir, guys, if you have any questions, you can post. I'll go through each and every question, guys. Can we integrate with Spring Boot and microservices? Yes, we can integrate. Can we discuss architecture of Spring Boot? Sir, architecture of Spring Boot, I'll cover in the demo sessions. ROM. Architecture of Spring Boot, I will cover in the regular session, guys. Angular, React, or which is good in market? Everything is good. Angular is good, React is good. Both are good, sir. Yeah. Right. Sir, don't ask this question. Can I have 3 years experience? Can I keep 3 years experience, 4 years experience, guys? Okay. Lot of people asking me this question, sir. Can I keep 4 years, 5 years, 10 years like that you will keep? Okay. It all depends on how much you learned in the course. Based on that, you can assess. Okay. Prasad Naik, please go to Ashok IT website and get the course content. Spring Boot and microservices and React course content. You'll get what knowledge I'm going to share. Okay. For every banking transaction, token number same. Token number is every time it changes. But one day token will be same. I mean, on the same day. Okay. Right. Yes, Anusha, we are going to cover Spring Boot and microservices as one course. React is another course. Both are 2 different courses. Validity of the token is, yes, we can customize our requirement. Validity of the token is at our end. Yes, we can deploy on AWS also, we can showcase. Okay. Yeah. Sadaband, I'm just like I'm telling guys, come to demo sessions and whatever I'm covering as part of Angular, I mean, as part of React and as part of Spring Boot, you'll get to know. Okay. Come to demo sessions. Okay. Then you'll come. Okay. I'm going to teach complete things and go to the course content or attend demo sessions. You will get a real meaning here. Okay. I hope I didn't miss any points here, any questions here. Okay. So whatever, I mean, I was not able to complete. The reason is I took some spent on Spring Boot and React introduction. Lot of people are not having that knowledge. Maybe I spent some time there, but I will take in the next workshop, guys. Okay. On this. Okay. How to validate the token. I'm going to explain Papa Rao in my real session, what exactly design cat is. Okay. So generally we will reissue a token or we'll log in again. Any of these things. Okay. So guys, intentionally I take what is Spring Boot, what is React. A lot of people not aware actually. That's the intention. I have explained that. It took some more time, but okay. So just like I gave you a concept of Spring Boot and React and security and JWT and the banking sector explained. You got some knowledge, a different point, you got it in your mind. And if everyone is interested, join the demo sessions on Tuesday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Spring Boot, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. on React. Okay, guys. So I'll want to tell here, guys. Okay. Sir, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Spring Boot demo. 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. React demo. Both the things. 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. From Tuesday, guys. Upcoming Tuesday. That is 26th, I guess. Yes. 26th March. Okay. You'll get more details in my demo sessions, guys. If you like that, join there. Okay. I hope I covered all the things here. Yes. Maybe Kondalu, I will explain in demo. What is the difference between Angular and React? I'll explain in the demo. Okay. Sir, you'll go to Sadaband. You can go to Ashok IT website. You can clearly get here. Going to website, you can clearly get. Otherwise, come to demo. Okay. Then I'm going to give a course content. Sure. I gave a course contents and everything. Okay. Sir, AI will replace developers. It's a big session. AI will not decrease developers, sir. AI will increase the developers. Okay. Yep. Thank you. So all these classes are online, no offline. Okay. Right. Fine, sir. Sadabandhu, if you're not able to find, come to demo. I will show you how to take from the Ashok IT website. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Happy weekend. Thank you all.